What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on the Mindcrack server. So one thing you're going to notice is that there is no sound. I was listening to music because for me, I'm typically a bad builder, and well, I'm a bad builder, yes, but I build a lot slower and a lot more ridiculous whenever I'm trying to talk and build at the same time. You know, that's why I like caving, is it's a little bit easier for me to converse and try and convey what I'm trying to get across to you guys. But I'm back, nonetheless, from London, UK. And I don't know if you can tell from my voice, it's still a little bit raspy. It's been over a week and I still have this cold. And on Tuesday, I'm going over to my parents, which is back in Winnipeg. So I'm doing a lot of traveling right now. And then, as some of you guys know, there is also the Zeldathon that's going to be happening, and I'm going to be attending that as well. So I'm not going to lie. I know for last month, Minecraft was very scarce. It was very limited. Let's put it that way. And it's going to be the same for this month. There's just one thing I want to get across right now before I go into my my little storytelling and that of my whole Paris/London trip and everything. So, as some of you guys noticed, last month I think I only did like 1 or 2 episodes of Mindcrack. There's a little bit of a reason behind that. Most of it was because I was getting ready for Minecon itself, which, required me to sit down and play other games and all that jazz. But I'm also kind of getting bored of Minecraft right now. And I'm one of the people who I don't like to sit there and force myself to play something because, when you're bored, you're going to come across as bored, and no one wants to listen to a guy who's bored. So, I'm hoping that this is just kind of a phase right now. I know a lot of people have already kind of guessed that I've been getting bored with Minecraft. It's the same thing with Feed the Beast. I went on there thinking that it might kind of bring something new and fresh, but I don't know. It's something right now that I just can't really force myself to play. Tonight I was feeling like working on this, so that's why you guys see me building with this. So I hope you guys can understand kind of where I'm coming from. I mean, I've been playing Minecraft for, since the very early alphas and everything, and I took a little bit of time off because one of my maps became corrupted, but then I also started up my YouTube channel, and also I started off Black Desert, and then I moved on to Minecraft, and I've been doing Minecraft for over a year on my channel. So I don't know if you guys can understand. I know there's a lot of people who for some reason can absolutely play Minecraft without getting bored and all that, but unfortunately I'm not one of those people. And I hope you guys, like I said, I know some of you guys may not be able to understand, but I hope for the majority of you that you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from, because like I said, I've been playing for over a year, like almost on a daily basis. But that's why I've also kind of moved on and did the CTM map with Vintage Beef, is because, it gives you... I got bored with Minecraft because there's no real linear goal, and I'm hoping that, doing stuff like the CTMs and everything else will hopefully reinvigorate me and re-energize myself, and hopefully bring back some sort of spark in my creativity part of my brain. But I highly doubt it. But it's not going to be forever gone on my channel. Don't get me wrong with that. It's going to be very limited at this point, and I know that's not the news you guys want to hear, but unfortunately that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Like I said, I hope some of you guys can understand where I'm coming from, but like I said, it's not going to be gone on my channel. It's just going to be moments where I'm feeling like I'm actually up for it, and not where I'm going to be forced to sit there and not have fun in the slightest, suffice it to say. So like I said, I hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from, and that's also why I've kind of been playing other games, I've also explained that many times that, for me, Minecraft isn't always going to be here and everything. So in order for me to kind of maintain my YouTube channel, I'm still playing other games. So I hope you guys check that out as well. I'm doing a lot right now. I know some people don't like my play style because I'm just one of the people who like to just sit there and play through and not really take a look at that much stuff. I don't know. To me, gaming is about just playing games, and I know that's the thing, right? Play styles. So it's my play style, and yeah, that's all I want to say about that. I'm sorry if you can hear me kind of like breathe in every once in a while. That's me about getting ready to cough because I still have this freaking blasted cold that I got from you silly Europeans. But where to start? So, Paris. I'm not going to lie. I almost backed out of my trip because sometimes I let fear kind of run my life. It's not a good thing for that to happen. And I was like literally sitting at the airport. I'm like, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do this because I was like really worried about flying. And I'm okay with flying. But then it was also like a 7.5 hour flight. I've never done more than 3 hours at a time. So for me to do that was terrifying. And then I kept thinking that I'm going to be flying over an ocean and I hate flying over water. I don't know what it is. I get like kind of like disoriented, like to the point where I can't tell if like we're upside down or not. And I get motion sick and all that. So I was really worried that was going to happen. But I kind of, and I've talked about this before in the past, how I suffer from like anxiety issues and all this, but I sat there and I found my lorazepam, which is an anti-anxiety pill basically, and I took it while during flying and everything. It doesn't like sedate you, but it like calms you down. I know some people you get sedated. I unfortunately did not sleep the very first day, and the night before I did not sleep, so I was like up for like almost 48 hours before I actually fell asleep in Paris. And before I went to Paris, obviously in Montreal, I met up with Juicer at first, and then BOO and Generic B and Kurt J Mack also showed up, and we're all on the same flight, and it was really cool to see them. Unfortunately, I didn't get to sit by them. I got to sit by myself beside some guy, but luckily there's no one in the middle, so I had lots of leg room, and I didn't care at all. So we land, and these guys are wanting to go to the Disneyland hotel already, and I told Good that I would be going out there, and I'd help him move some stuff because he was out there with his wife a couple weeks earlier, or not a couple weeks, just like a week earlier. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'll go out. I'll help you bring some stuff over to the Disneyland resort. And so the guys caught their cab and everything, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to catch my own cab. And I go outside to the cab line, and this guy pulls me aside. He's like, hey, man, you looking for a cab? I'm like, yeah, for sure. He's like, here, follow me. I'll give you a cheap cab ride here. And I was like, okay, whatever. I was too tired to really give a shit, suffice it to say. And I kind of went in an illegal cab, basically, is what it is. I was terrified at first because, the first thing that happens is he puts me in the front seat and there's a girl in the back seat. And I think she's from Canada too. She had a little Canadian French accent. And the first thing I notice after we start moving is that there is no freaking ticket fare. And so I text Good. I'm like, I don't think I'm in a legit cab. I think I might die like the first day I get in Paris here. And of course, reassuring Good himself is like, yeah, I think you're going to die as well. And, like 45 minutes pass. I text him again. I'm like, I don't know where I am. And luckily, finally, he drops off the girl. And then he GPSes where I'm supposed to be going. And it was literally a 2-minute ride from where she was. And thank God it was not a legit. I mean, thank God I didn't die, basically. The guy did not speak a lick of English. He tried to, but it failed. And it was scary. So we finally head over to Paris and all this, and then we get all set up and all. I literally say I'm going to take a nap as soon as my head hits the pillow. Apparently I was talking with Good, and I fell asleep mid-sentence, and I start snoring right then and there. So the very next day, we go out to Paris and do all the sightseeing and all that. And I honestly think that, the Eiffel Tower is cool, but the coolest thing I thought was me finding the Canadian embassy, and I stood outside of it and I got a picture there and all that. So I one more thing is, I know I wanted to tweet a lot more and all that, but you know how much my data plan for Rogers was for European for 75 megabytes was? It was $250. That is ridiculous. And I did not feel like fishing out that much money for 75 megabytes. That's like 4 freaking pictures just to view. So I said, screw that. And I kind of just stuck with the whole no internet thing, and unfortunately our hotel out there did not have Wi-Fi either, which was lovely. They had wired, but you also had to pay $10 a freaking night for unlimited download, but you can only upload like 10 megabytes or something like that, 100 megabytes, I forget. And so basically it made kind of talking to you guys a little bit more difficult and everything, and it sucks because I was looking forward to trying to tweet out some stuff and all that, but that's just the way it goes. So basically, we met up with a couple people there. One of the more memorable people or person is Just Van, or Just Vaughn, as his real name is Vaughn, but I'm not gonna call him that. He's Van to me because it's VAN, not VAUGHN. You hear that, Vaughn? It's Van. But we also hung out with him a couple times during the whole escapade of Minecon and that, and we also met up with him in London, and it was really awesome. And I was super happy to meet the guy. He was a very, very nice guy, and he's a friend now. Basically, that's what he is. But let's talk a little bit about Minecon, shall we? Minecon, God, that was absolutely redonkulous. I went out there with the anticipation of meeting a couple people, but not meeting thousands of people. It was terrifying, suffice it to say, because, like I said, we all went out there, expecting to meet some people, but the sheer amount of people that came out was ridiculous. Like, the very first minute we came in, people started recognizing Goo to myself, and because I know BWO, Generic B, and Justra and all them, and Kurt were at Starbucks beforehand, and we came to check out the place a little bit early. We kind of got a little bit drunk before the Minecon, and we missed the opening. But I wasn't really there for Minecon itself. I was there just to meet a couple of people because I know a lot of people came out there specifically for Mindcrack itself. So I went there for them mostly, so I didn't feel too upset. I did manage to catch a couple of the panels. One of them being the Redstoners, which had Generic B, and no, it was gonna have Blame, but it didn't. And yeah, it was just ridiculous because, like, for the first day, literally, that's all we were doing. Like, all we were doing was signing signatures, and I did not anticipate to sign that much. I'm surprised my freaking hand is still capable of moving right now. And honestly, it was a very I don't know what the best way to explain it is. It's like, it was like reality hitting you in the face that what we do kind of people enjoy it to the point of coming out and everything, and it just it put everything into perspective basically. And then we did the panel, and just to see the room filled up, like, honestly, Goon and myself were talking the night before. We were worried that the panel would not turn out that well. We didn't think that it would actually be filled up, but it was packed to the point where people were getting turned away. And that is such a humbling experience to see. It was, I don't know what the best way to put it is. It was such a humbling experience to be out there and just meeting everyone. And it kind of sounds silly, but I wish that we weren't as popular, because I wanted to actually sit there and try and talk to people a little bit on a personal level. Whenever I was signing signatures, I tried my best to try and look at them in the face and, asking how their weekend was and if they were enjoying Minecon, and, if it was what they were expecting. But I mean, like, I honestly wish I could have sat there and talked a little bit more and possibly, get some names, because there were times where people would just hound us all, and all we could see is just all of these freaking badges that we would have to sign. And it was an amazing feeling just to experience that all. And it was just, I don't know, it makes us, I don't know, I honestly can't put words, I can't describe it. It's just, like, just to have people go out there and show you their support for what we do was just, it was amazing. And it's very I don't even know how to put this. Like, honestly, I can't describe it. It's just, it's such an amazing feeling that I can't describe it. And I hope you guys can kind of understand what I'm saying, but it was amazing, and I don't know, I just never imagined this to happen in any way, shape, or form. And we we finished the day off by going out and also going to a couple of the rides. We went on the Tower of Terror, and Good has a story of all the lovely Frenchmen there and everything and all that. So then the next day, Good and myself and Doc M also went on the IGN panel on how to create a successful YouTube channel. Unfortunately, it was live streamed, but it actually wasn't recorded and put up onto GameSpot. So I don't know if there is a recording out there, but if there is, I don't know if you guys can possibly let me know, and I'll put it in the link in the description, but I don't think there is. But it was a really fun experience, because it wasn't well known. Like they never really advertised who was on it, so we were able to talk to people a little bit more on a personal level and convey some points a bit more so than the Mindcrack server. The panel is there, so yeah, basically Minecon was amazing, and I know for myself, I honestly did not enjoy Paris. I don't know if it was the language barrier, but it seemed like a lot of the people out there were a little bit rude. I tried my hardest to convey what I was trying to get across to them in the easiest way I possibly could, but that language barrier is a bitch, suffice it to say. And there were times where it was just frustrating to the point where you'd almost want to walk away, but then finally things would go into place and everything. So, honestly, if Minecon is in Paris again, I will go to it. But I think what Good and myself were talking, I know Just Van, what he did was he flew out to London Heathrow, and basically he took a train to go to Paris, and then he took a train back to go to London, and then he hung out all there and flew out of there. So I think, honestly, because Minecon was so successful and so amazing and just such a rewarding experience, it would I'll go again. I'll suffer through the Frenchness of Paris and everything. So, but then some of the cuts are ridiculous because my voice is so dry. So I'm sorry about that right now. I'm doing my best, I promise. And then I've personally, I know I said I'd be doing some vlog stuff, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but I know Good was recording a lot more than me. Well, not me, but I saw him recording, and I was like, you know what? I know people will definitely not want to watch two perspectives of the exact same thing, so I let Good record everything. And I think what I'm going to do next year is at the end of every single night, I'll sit down in front of a camera and just vlog that way and not really walk around with a camera, just because right now the whole week and a half I was out there, honestly, at this point is a blur, and I regret not recording that, my thoughts right as soon as the day ended and everything. So I think what I'll do is either do the vlogs at the end of the day, or I know what Vaughn did was he took notes at the end of the day, and he was able to look back up on them and talk about them there. So, but we went to London, and we were there with Eep and her husband and everything, and we went to go check out the place for 2 days there, and we went to go check out one of the locations for the London meetup, which was the adult meetup, and that was at Waxy O'Connor's, and that bar was freaking amazing, and the whole meetup was amazing. We didn't expect to turn out for that as well. Well, we expected a turnout, but not to the amount of people that were there and everything. And it was just an amazing day, and I hate everyone there because I almost missed out on the kids meetup because I got so extremely drunk off of so many different shots and beers that everyone purchased me. So again, for everyone who came out to the adult meetup there, thank you guys very much for coming out. It was such an amazing experience. And I know I'm not going to name names because I know there's a lot of them and I know some names and I don't want anyone to feel left out, but you know, it was an amazing experience, and I hope to go out to London again because London was so amazing, and I think I'm going to be going out there possibly next summer. I don't know if I'll do a meetup or anything because I'm going to go out there with my girlfriend this time and actually go proper sightseeing with a lovely girlfriend of mine. But, you know, if I do plan on doing a meetup, I'll definitely let you guys know there, and it'll obviously be an adult and or kid one as well. So as I saying, we were out there before the whole Waxy O'Connor's, just checking it out, and we met up with Baj, and he brought us to the Windsor Castle and all that. And honestly, I have like, fuck, what is it, like almost like Good was vlogging, but I was taking pictures and everything, and so there'll be a lot of pictures at the end, so there'll be some group shots and everything, and you know, meeting Baj himself, that guy was awesome. And you know, like I said, you know, like I mean, I've always considered Baj a friend, as like when we started talking, and I mean we're continuously talking, but to actually go out there and meet him, and it was kind of a weird experience to say goodbye at the same time because it was like, you know, saying goodbye to a really close friend. And it was weird because we were only pretty much seeing each other for like 2 days there and everything. And I don't know, I guess it was a really, really cool experience to meet Baj. And hopefully when I go out there, he won't mind me saying, hey, let's go out for a walk or something like that, you know. Baj, let's go for a walk when I go out there. Okay, buddy. But like I said, I'll put up a lot of photos at the end here. So the next day, I was, like I said, really hungover. I had to kind of sleep in a little bit extra than the other guys there. Finally got the courage to wake up and take a shower and not throw up. And then we went to, what is this? I forget the restaurant name, but they had this fantabulous breakfast every single morning. I got, was it a ham, egg, and cheese omelet, and then I had a ham and cheese croissant as well every morning. And oh my god, I am going to be visiting that place when I get back to you because it's so reasonably priced for the amount of amazing food you guys get there. So then, you know, after breakfast, I was feeling a little bit better, but then Baj decided to take us to the Natural History Museum, I think it was called. Oh god, the taxi ride threw me over. I almost threw up in the taxi. And then finally we arrived, and I was doing like this whole stupid spiel of random artifacts in there. It was like the Mindcrack history of the museum and everything. Again, Good's videos will be linked in the description because, you know, like I said, we were together there the entire time and everything. So after the museum, we went to the kid meetup and everything at the London Eye. And then there is apparently an arcade there, and we all went down and had a freaking blast. I got my ass kicked playing Guitar Hero so severely to the point that I don't want to ever touch that game again. And then we looked down, and there's a second floor, and I got super stoked because as soon as we went down there were bumper cars, and I just literally ran, put my bag down, and got in a bumper car. And I bashed the shit out of many people. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people bashed the shit out of me. God, it was so ridiculously fun. And then, you know, we played other games and with a lot of other people. And Good and myself tried to do this like little bank vault laser running thingamajigger where they had like all these lasers and you had to like crawl through them and everything. And we sucked ass. But we were 800 out of like 1300 or something like that. So we sucked ass, but we didn't suck that much ass. But again, I think that's in a video in Good's videos there. So again, everything will be linked in the description below. Again, everything is like very paraphrased here because everything is a blur and I'm still sick and I had to do a video because it's been so long. But yeah, after that, we went on the London Eye with Baj, Vaughn, and Eep and her husband, and Good, obviously. And fuck, there's one other guy. I forget his name, but he bought me a beer, and I'm so sad because he also went on traveling afterwards, and we met up with him and talked with him as well. And that guy was awesome. So you know who you are. You came in the London Eye with us. I'm sorry, I forget your name. Such an asshole, I know. But yeah, like the whole experience was just amazing out there, and I don't know. There's so much. Like I could honestly just sit here and possibly talk your ears off for like 5 days straight about just everything. But it was just such an amazing experience, and I feel so. I'm not religious, but I feel blessed to be able to have been able to experience that, you know. And it was, like I said, it was a very humbling experience and everything. And words cannot describe how a lot of us feel because, you know, what you guys do to support us was amazing. And to see that, because I mean, like, to see comments is one thing, but then to see the people who are actually there to support you in real life is, why do I try and describe this? I can't. You guys, like, I suck at describing my feelings like this. Just know I feel very, like I said, blessed, even though I'm not religious. That's honestly like the best way to put it. And, you know, very, like I said, it was a very humbling experience, and I look forward to doing it again in the future because it was just amazing. But man, that London, I'm going to see you guys again. London was amazing. I'm going there with my girlfriend, and yeah, there'll be more information on that in the near future. We got to set some dates and all this and all that. So, again, I know everything. It's not the best described. Like I said, I'm still under the weather, unfortunately. But I felt that it's been a while, and I don't really want to put it off any longer. So I'm doing my best to describe to you guys what happened in London. But like I said, there will be lots of pictures at the end here. And I really, guys, yep, that makes sense. I really hope you guys enjoy this. Again, I'm sorry I wasn't able to describe everything fully because everything at this point is just such a blur. But honestly, it is an experience that I will never, ever forget because it was just so amazing to go out there and just meet everyone. And not just like the fans and everything, but just like the other guys from the server as well. Because I mean, like I said, when I left talking with Baj, it was like leaving it was like saying goodbye to an old friend. And same with the other guys. I mean, Generic B, I've met him PlayOnCon, but you know, it's still sad to see them go, and especially just meeting BOO and Kurt is just it was just another friendship kind of just formed a little bit more so because of meeting each other in real life. And I don't know if they feel the same, but that's how I feel. So, you know, I look forward to hopefully doing or seeing these guys possibly more in real life. But if not, at least I had the experience to do so, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But like I said, I'm going to be throwing up some photos here, so I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out, Girl Scouts.